Hello students, today we will study one of the applications of the Gauss law to find intensity of electric field. You know, the Gauss law is used to find the electric field of a complex system. Few of the applications we have studied in the previous lecture. Today in this lecture, we will study how to find the intensity of electric field due to a uniformly charged spherical shell. जो spheres जो होते हैं basically, these are the two types of the spheres, the conducting spheres and non-conducting sphere. Then first of all, I would like to tell you what is difference between conducting sphere and non-conducting sphere. In case of the conducting spheres, the charge resides over the surface of the sphere, and there is no electric field inside the sphere. In case of the non-conducting sphere, the electric field is outside the sphere as well as inside the sphere. Well, then our today's aim is to find the electric field due to a uniformly charged conducting spherical shell or hollow sphere. Then consider is a uniformly charged sphere with its center O and radius R. A sphere is uniformly charged, means charge is distributed everywhere else over the surface of the sphere. This is the uniformly charged sphere. Due to this sphere, the electric field is radial, that is radially outward. This is what is E. The surface charge density of the sphere is, that is sigma. Then you know the electric field due to this uniformly charged spherical shell is radial and directed outward, and the magnitude of the electric field is constant at every point equidistant from the center O. Then we can say that electric field due to this uniformly charged sphere is, that is spherically symmetric. Then at different locations we will find the electric field. First of all, let us consider there be a point P where we have to find. There be a point P outside the sphere at a distance small r from the center of the sphere. At this point we will find the electric field. Then using Gauss law, the first step should be we have to draw a Gaussian surface passing through the point where we have to find out the electric field. We have to find the electric field at P in the first location, thereafter another location also. Then we will draw a Gaussian surface from the point P where we have to find out the electric field. The property of the Gaussian surface, on the Gaussian surface, E is symmetric, means same at all points. That would also be a sphere. Then this is what is done. First of all, we will draw a Gaussian surface This is what is the Gaussian surface. Thereafter, we will choose a small element of the vector, element of that is area vector. A small area we will choose. So let us consider this is a small area is chosen. The area vector is the normal to the surface, that is this. This is what is an ds. And direction of electric field is this, E. both here are in the same direction, that E is parallel to ds, we can say. Yeah, ds is along E, then theta here is that is 0 degree. This first one. Then how we'll go for this? Just see. Consider the first step is consider a sphere consider a spherical, consider a uniform, consider a uniformly charged sphere of radius r, and surface charge density, surface charge density, that is sigma. Electric field due to this sphere is radial, and magnitude is same at all points equidistance from O. Is this clear? I already told, due to this sphere, the electric field is radially outward, and the magnitude of that this point, because the distance from the center O is same, that is why electric field will be same. Its magnitude, because this formula you know, E is equal to 1/4 pi epsilon naught q by, that is r square, due to one single charge. That is why if the r is same, that electric field will be same at all points. Then we can say that electric field is spherically symmetric. Up to here clear? Okay. Now we will find E at a point P outside the sphere. E at a point outside the sphere, such that this R is greater than R. Then first step is, while you are using Gauss law anywhere else, you have to draw a Gaussian surface. We will draw a Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface should be as such so as the electric field is same at every point. Gaussian surface should be as such so the E should be symmetric around the charge, and the surface should pass from the point where we have to find the electric field. Here we are going to find out electric field outside the sphere at a distance small r from this sphere. Then we will draw a Gaussian surface that will pass from the field. We'll draw a Gaussian surface which is an sphere of radius r passing from point P. That this area vector we have already chosen. Then electric flux to the area vector, that is ds. Then there will be a small flux due to the small area. This d phi is equal to, that is E dot ds. Then flux due to whole sphere, net flux due to whole sphere. It can be further expanded, that is, it is EDS cos, that is theta is EDS cos theta. Then equation 1. Then net flux for the whole sphere is calculated by integrating equation 1. Then there should be phi net is equal to integration through the whole surface, through the closed surface, that is this S E ds cos theta is here 0 degree. Angle between E and ds is 0 degree. That is 0 degree. Then E is constant and this ds will be integrated. Then this E, it is area of this, that is 4 pi r square. This net flux we have got phi net is equal to E 4 pi r square plus passing through this surface area. Now apply Gauss theorem. We'll apply Gauss theorem. Gauss's law, phi net is equal to total charge on the sphere is this sphere, that is Q. It means this Gaussian surface is enclosing this charge inside. Phi net is equal to Q inside upon epsilon naught. It is equation 2. Then this phi net and this phi net will be equated, and what we will get? Up to here you clear? You note it down, and we will go further. We'll write it here. That is, इसको पॉज करके नोट कर ले. Fine. Then just see is Q upon epsilon naught is equal to E 4 pi r square. Then from here we will get that E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi this epsilon naught Q upon r square. This is the formula of electric field, at a point outside the spherical shell. You know that you might be this familiar with this formula. This formula is the intensity of electric field due to a point charge. ये formula point charge का है. It means when we see from outside the sphere, it appears the entire charge is supposed to be concentrated at. पूरा ये जो गोला है ये point charge की तरह दिखाई पड़ेगा from outside. It appears from outside entire sphere is like a point charge. Point charge. Is that clear? Okay. Well, तो ये equation है. This equation can be written in this form also, because you know the value of this Q. Q is, that is surface charge density sigma. Charge on this sphere is Q, that is this Q upon area of this sphere is, that is 4 pi and big R square. This is the area of this sphere. Then from here the value of this Q would be equal to, that is sigma 4 pi R square. Put this value here, then you will get the formula of E is another form. In another form, that is E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. The value of this Q is this, that is sigma 4 pi R square upon this. The value of Q is sigma 4 pi R square upon this small r. Then what will happen? This 4 pi and 4 pi is gone. Then another form, E is equal to, it is sigma upon epsilon naught and this big R square upon R square. This is the another form of this equation. Now at one location we have to find it out. Now we will come inside. We will find the another location at this second location. Then just see what will happen. Second location is E at the surface of the sphere. What would be our first step? Always you have to find the electric field by using Gauss theorem. The first step is to draw a Gaussian surface. Now this point P is at this point. Then the Gaussian surface of this is just E. Draw a Gaussian surface. A Gaussian surface which is a sphere, which is just a sphere. Just a sphere means it will not overlap. Almost its radius is equal to this. When it is, that would be its Gaussian, just a sphere. In this case, this R would be equal to R. When the point P lies over here, then this R would be equal to R. Then what would be the next formula? That E is equal to, it is sigma upon epsilon naught. This R square upon small r is equal to R. This is also R square. This is gone. Then in this case, the E is equal to, that is sigma upon epsilon. Means at the surface of the sphere, E is independent of R and that is constant at every point. This is what is E. Now our next location is where the point P lies inside the sphere. Third point is then P point lies inside the sphere. Then just see, we need to draw another diagram for this purpose. You note it. Now point P lies inside here. For this, we will draw another sphere. This is a sphere, uniformly charged. This. Its center is O, and its radius is, that is, big R. Point P lies inside. We'll make this sphere a little larger, like this. The center O, and this distance is R. The sphere is uniformly charged. Charge is uniformly distributed for the sphere. Noise, okay, right. Its center is O, the radius R, charge is uniformly distributed over the surface. This charge on the surface is Q. Okay, and P is a point with the radius is small r, where we have to find the electric field E at this point due to this. Then we will draw a Gaussian surface. This is Gaussian surface. Same thing is we choose the area vector. This ds E is directly outward. It is E. This is ds. They both are in the same direction. All these things are same. Then what will happen? Our third location is to find. Third location is E inside the sphere. E inside the sphere means R less than R. This. So we'll draw a Gaussian surface. Draw a Gaussian surface passing through point P, like this. Then first flux passing through this mathematically, that is net flux phi E is equal to phi net is equal to E ds cos theta, integration through the surface, which is equal to E ds is ds, that is 4 pi. This is what is 4 pi r square of this radius. And applying Gauss law, what would be phi net? Phi net is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, Q inside. point is here. This Gaussian surface, charge enclosed by this. In this Gaussian surface, the charge enclosed is Q is equal to 0. There is no charge inside this Gaussian surface. It means charge enclosed is 0. Means Q is equal to 0. So it is 0 upon epsilon naught is equal to E 4 pi r square. Means E is equal to 0. E inside is 0. This is all about this. Now you can draw a graph. You have to plot a graph between the electric field at different location, outside the sphere, at the surface of the sphere, and inside the sphere. You have to plot a graph between. Then you can plot a graph. Let's see how will be the graph. This is noted down. Okay, well. Now I'm going to plot the graph. Graph E versus, that is R. E versus R. Let's see. E is increasing along y-axis. E is electric field and this origin, and this is what is the distance R. So we will make a sphere. And this is the center of the sphere. Then up to here, below this distance is, that is R inside. R inside means R less than big R. Here R outside. Big R is there. Outside. Means R is larger than R. This is the distance. Then what we have seen that when we find the E at the surface, that what was the formula? E at the surface. E at the surface formula E was, it is sigma upon epsilon. And E inside this O to this is 0. This is the E is 0. Thereafter, there E is equal to 0. Means from origin to this point is 0. At the surface it is here. This it is E is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. At the surface it is constant. But outside the surface, it was E is equal to E is inversely proportional to R square. Then this graph will be this. E inversely proportional. By this way, it is an important derivation. Very often it comes in the examination in different years, then you should prepare. It is one of the application. I am very much, sir, all of you have to have understood. Okay? Now you prepare by doing the practice.